There are two of the guys in the room. We've got one of our video producers, TJ, and of course, Brian Sumner. Both have beards. So, well, you don't, what is this called? Because it's not really
goatee.
A goatee. Why don't I know the name of that? There is a new beard style I think you guys should try out. Have you heard about this? It is the Monkeytail beard.
I saw a picture of this.
Yeah.
No.
You wouldn't do it?
I showed my wife a picture of this, and she said, no.
What it looks like.
That's crazy. It's like a 6. It looks like a 6 on your face or something like that.
It kind of does, but there is, if you watch baseball, the Astros, one of their pitchers, Chad Bradford, he has this. And there's been a lot of talk. I don't know why Mr. Bradford and Mr. Chad has this type of beard, but it looks like a monkey maybe sitting on your head, all right? And his tail comes down one side of your face and then curls around where the goatee would go and up into a mustache.
No. It's no.
Okay, but when you first did the goatee, was there any, like, you were a little concerned? Like, I don't know if this will look right on me.
No, I just, I actually had a full beard
Okay.
and trimmed it down. And so then every now and then my wife goes, you're getting a little woolly-bully. It's time to trim that thing up.
Why do we women, side note to the women, why do we have to do that to our husband? I would not want them to do that to my legs. Girl, you get a little woolly-bully there. But maybe that's what I'll do. I'll grow a monkey tail off my leg.
You know?
Oh, we're done.
You know? I ain't asking about it.
His Morning Crew.
We're talking about beard styles because there's evidently a new one. It's called the Monkeytail beard. And it literally looks like a monkey tail is coming across your face and then making into a mustache.
Yeah, and then you were talking about how, women always have to remind us guys about, maybe our facial hair is getting a little crazy, wacky, wild.
Well, I mean, it starts collecting like garlic bread and and honey mustard. And so it's like, bring that in a little bit. But if my husband said, it's kind of time to shave the legs, I would be offended. I'd be like, what?
All right, Mimi, now what's your story about this?
We complain about beards and mustaches because they hurt because they're wiry.
When they give us a kiss, it's like...
leg hairs tend to be softer, but man, you get some of those whiskers grinding into your face, and it's not fun.
Thank you so much, Mimi.
It feels like sandpaper. That's not fun.
Rob and Liz.
His Morning Crew.
No, not
What?
gonna happen. Not gonna have no monkey tail beard and things. And you're talking about something a little bit earlier, and so I gotta ask a favor of you.
Okay.
Because you were talking about why don't you get garlic bread or honey mustard stuck in the old beard, you know?
Yeah, I think a lot of wives do this, or family members will say, "Hey, got a little something in your beard there."
I want you to tell me. Yeah, because we've been in those situations where somebody's got, something dangling or something.
Look, if I have a bat in
stuck,
the cave, you need to tell me I've got a bat in the cave.
Or a piece of salad still in the teeth, something like that.
I am the worst. If I eat an everything bagel, I'll get poppy seeds, right? My husband is like, how? How is it every time? Please stop eating those bagels because that's all you do is get poppy seeds. So, yeah, I think that's what friends do.
I used to be kind of nervous about that and about saying, and then finally, I just told somebody I said, look, you got a little something there in your teeth. And they're like, oh my gosh, thanks for telling me. And I'm like, oh, okay,
It's a good thing.
You want to know these things instead of walking around. Because we've all been in those situations where you're talking with somebody and then you rub your nose and they're going like, oh my gosh, there's something going on. And
How
then
long has that been there?
Then they rub their nose and then you're going, oh gosh, there's something with them. and it's back and forth.
And why didn't you just tell me? I've had a salad and ended up having spinach caught in there,
Yeah.
And you go through a whole day talking to people, just smiling, hey, how y'all? And then I've got this big hunk of. Please tell me.
It's something a little good for later, I guess. So, and the
Snack.
lipstick.
Oh, the lipstick
teeth.
all over the teeth. Yeah.
Okay. Tell your friends.
I
They
will
want to
tell
know.
you.
Rob and Liz.
His Morning Crew.
We are talking marriage. Some of
Yeah.
those things that you do to strengthen the marriage. There's really simple things that we can do, but I think, you get busy, and unfortunately we forget about some of those things.
I know. Well, date nights are always great.
Yes.
I mean, just to have a date night, my wife and I try to do that every now and then.
Yeah.
And we have little names for each other, so So.
I love that, like Schmoopy and that kind of thing.
Well, it's just for my wife. It changes. I mean, she has like 912 different names for me.
Oh, well,
I just
sure.
answer to whatever. So
term of endearment. So some experts, some of these things, like they say touching while you sleep, whether
yeah.
it's like, fingers touching, or my mom and dad, I thought this was the sweetest thing before he passed away. They would always have their feet touch.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But I'm kind of a person where I'm like, I'm hot. But, so we keep the marriage alive and strengthen it in other ways. We take these little weekend trips, and we've tried to do it about once a quarter, just the two of us, so we can, it feels like you're dating again, kind of, you're going out to dinner and dressing up and, putting on the cologne and the perfume.
Oh, just simple ways.
Right, exactly.
I always remember that thing. It's like you think it's the little things, but in the long run, those will be the big things.
The things that you remember, too.
Yeah, the things that you remember. So maybe there's something simple, something you and your spouse you do to strengthen your marriage. Maybe it's praying together.
Oh, right, which is huge. That's one of the number one things. And finding other couples that you can enjoy your faith with.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, call or text us this morning, 800-447-7234.
Mornings with Rob and Liz.
We're talking strengthening a marriage, or how you keep love alive.
I like that. Do that one. Keep love alive.
Keep love alive.
It's those small things you can do. I mean, maybe it's something you do with your spouse. Just love to hear from you this morning, 800-447-7234.
So Rebecca said, me and my husband got married in June, just in 2020, right? And she said, I love that he throws in laundry, folds those clothes, does the dishes to help out, and then he surprised her. And I think this is huge for certain people. It's their love language, getting gifts or whatever. But he bought her a pillow that she's been wanting.
Oh, wow.
And it goes even beyond the pillow. It goes, he wants her to rest well at night.
He was thinking of her.
That is so huge. If my husband goes out and just picks a flower out of the yard, puts it in my car, I know that he thought of me that morning. And it's huge.
I'm not a great listener.
You're not?
My wife will say something, and then she'll say it, and I'm like, when did you say that? She said, I told you 3 days ago.
Well, but you recognize you're not a great listener, so maybe you're working on it.
I just tell her it's my bad ear she was talking into. Tina, how about you?
I hit the jackpot.
Okay, what happens?
My husband, he does everything. He helps me pick up the house. He helps me he does laundry. He does his laundry. He will load the dishwasher, unload the dishwasher. He will ask me what can he do to be a better man, a better husband, a better father. He'll just simply ask me, is there anything I can do for you today?
Now, is there something you do for him, Tina?
Oh, absolutely. Anything, everything. Whether it be fixing his favorite food or laying out a towel or getting his bath water ready for him or whatever I could do to make his
Rob
day better.
and Liz.
His morning crew.
You've been watching Jeopardy. Is that kind of your go-to show?
No.
Me either.
It's not that I don't. I told you last week I just get like antenna, so that's one of the channels.
That's right.
So I don't get that channel.
You don't get
so.
that? Okay.
I don't get the old Jeopardy channel, but I like it. But it just whenever I'd watch Jeopardy, I'm like, oh, you really are dumb, boy. You dumb.
Here's the thing: if we ever get one in our house, it's like, I got one, yeah.
Yeah, take that Jeopardy. I know.
It was under arts and entertainment, but it's okay.
So I guess Ken Jennings, who was the big winner for he won 912 shows in a row, or something like that.
Right, a lot.
But he guest hosted last week. He was one of the first lineup of guest hosts that's going to be happening with Jeopardy over the next few weeks.
Yeah, because they haven't made an official announcement about a permanent host since the passing of Alex Trebek, but they're going to try out a couple of people, Ken Jennings being one, Katie Couric.
Oh, okay. She'll be the first female
to ever step behind the lectern, as they say. I know. That's a very professional fancy word.
And Aaron Rodgers, quarterback for the Green Bay Packers.
I know, which that surprised me. I didn't know he Does he do like any broadcast otherwise?
Well, he said Alex was one of his heroes, so
there you go.
So there you go. He's a really he's done some things lately that has built my respect up for him.
Oh,
so.
good. I just wonder if anybody can do, because I always loved when Alex would, there would be maybe a French word, and of course he's Canadian, so French Canadian, he could say that.
Like fry, toast.
No, maybe croissant. And he would say it like that. Like he'd read his question or answer and then say croissant. And I love that. So maybe they can pick up on that. Okay,
Bill Whitaker, CBS journalist, and Mayim Bialik, is that
who used to play Blossom back in the day.
Or Amy Farrah Fowler. So there you go. So I love this. Ken Jennings said, actually the weekend that Alex Trebek passed away, he called, he actually talked to him, and Alex really told him, said, look, he said, you can do it. You can guest host. I have full confidence in you. And then he told him, he said, remember, the host is not the star of the show.
And that's why we loved Alex Trebek.
Yeah. I'm hoping maybe if they come up with Redneck Jeopardy, maybe they need a host.
That would be amazing.
I'll be all in for that.
His morning crew.
NASA is doing something pretty cool. Last year, they had a contest where it was called the Lunar Loo Challenge.
Wait a second. The what?
The Lunar Loo. And that is
exactly... Is that what I think it is?
Yeah, it is. They wanted somebody to come up with a new high-tech potty for their astronauts.
Okay.
All right. So this time around, they're calling it the Deep Space Food Challenge. I don't have the voice for that.
That sounds like one of those movies you'd like. The Deep Space Food Challenge. Because it would be like sci-fi and cooking.
Baking.
I mean, it would be like a baking competition, and we'd shoot you off into space to cook up something.
That would be awesome, like Chopped in Space. Chopped in Space. Okay. Anyway, it's a competition where they're going to give $500,000 in prize money if you can come up with a way to feed the astronauts.
Yeah, so this is like growing sustainable food in space. Okay, so our $500,000.
I think it's worth it because, I mean, that, growing, I can't grow anything here on planet Earth without killing it right away would not sustain life. So if you can do that for the astronauts, I mean, it's a game changer.
Okay, $500,000 in prize money. And what's the name of it again? I want you to give the big announcer name.
All right. Deep Space Food Challenge.
All righty.
That's terrible. That is terrible.
Yeah, it's not about the name if you win the prize.
His morning crew.
Remember the books and the games and the puzzle, Where's Waldo?
Oh, yeah. We were totally like the 90s. I think I remember the first time I ever did the Where's Waldo books because my daughter was little and we would, it was a great way to get the mind engaged.
Okay, so what's up with this new
They're going to shoes.
Okay.
Where's Waldo? You can play Where's Waldo on your shoes. The Vans company, which I love Vans. I have a couple pair of Vans.
Did they have those checkerboard shoes?
Yes.
I love them.
Yes. No, I have my boys, their high school colors are green and white. Mm-hmm. And so to wear to their baseball games, I got a pair of green Vans. I wish these had been out because these are awesome. But they're Where's Waldo Vans.
Okay.
But they also have, and I didn't realize that Waldo had an arch nemesis. Did you know this? His name's Oddlaw.
I had no idea. No,
which is, is it
So Waldo backwards?
backward?
Yeah, it is. Okay. That's Waldo backwards.
Yeah. Okay. So he was, his colors were black and yellow. Okay. Well, you can get those as well. And then there's a couple of different, but they're going to cost you $75.
Ooh.
Which seems high for Vans. I want to say normally they're, oh, really? I'm getting from the guys in the video department, they're shaking their heads. No, that's about right. Do you spend $75 on Vans?
I would spend $120 on Vans, okay?
On these Where's Waldo Vans?
Normal Vans are about $69.99-ish, so...
A Vans connoisseur.
Yeah, I love my Vans.
I don't remember how much I spent on mine. I got me a few years ago when they had Nintendo deals going.
Well, it seems like these types of things have been around.
We see where their money's going right there.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
But, they Tom's also, another company.
Oh, you like Tom's?
I like Tom's. They have a Disney collection, and I wanted the Cinderella ones.
Oh.
But I never got them because I'm a little cheap, and they never went on sale. So.
I get those discount ones. I can get those. You can get those discount vans down by the river.
The Mavs.
Yeah.
Mornings with Rob and Liz.
So my wife and I sometimes will get stuck watching this channel called. I can't even remember what the channel is, but there's a show called Animals Unscripted. If you ever get on YouTube and you kind of watch animal videos, it's kind of like you get caught up with this.
2 hours go by and you're still there.
Oh my gosh, you're watching a dog bark at a parakeet
Squirrel.
or something like that. It's crazy. So anyway, Hopper would be on this show.
Okay.
Hopper is a golden retriever and he loves to be vacuumed.
What?
Yeah.
Most dogs run from that kind of thing.
I know, but Hopper's owner, Amanda, as a vet, she's 35, and so they were at their vacation home in Gatlinburg, and she's vacuuming, and Hopper all of a sudden, was right there under her feet, and she started vacuuming his belly.
Because that is something that we will do. If the dog is right there, you just are like, okay, get away. Oh, you like that.
Oh, Hopper loved it. He said, and so he started to nudge Amanda for more attention, so she kept vacuuming his belly to keep him entertained, and so...
That is so weird. So, some of our pets can be so weird. Ace, our Pomeranian, he's like a little old curmudgeon. He's like a little old man, even though he's not that old, but he loves clothes and costumes.
No.
Yeah, so my son, Hayden, my youngest son.
You don't dress your dog up, do you?
Well, honestly, he loves it. I tried to dress our golden doodle Charlie up, and she just stands there. Like, she hates it. She will not move. She gets depressed.
But Ace loves it.
Ace, my son brought home this gingerbread man costume. So it makes him look like he's a walk-in gingerbread man around the house.
Oh,
Ace
no.
loves it.
Really?
He doesn't like the hat because it's a
Okay.
little heavy. But yeah, anytime I come at him with like a little hoodie or whatever, he puts his own head through the neck hole.
Because I've always wondered what the dogs are thinking as they're dressed up in these costumes.
Finally, she changed my clothes. I have nothing to wear.
I'm so embarrassed. Please, I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know my human. She's changed on me. I don't know. So maybe your dog likes the belly vacuumed or something different.
Something weird.
Yeah, call or text us at 800-447-7234.
Rob and Liz.
His Morning Crew.
I don't know if you've seen on social media, there are the new trend, at Christmas time, everybody was doing hot chocolate bombs.
Oh,
and I made some, and it was so much fun.
Were they the bomb?
They were the bomb. Wow, yeah, I never got to drink any because I can't have that much sugar, but there's now a thing called tea bombs. Ooh. And so what you do is you can use a sugar mixture like with corn syrup and this kind of stuff and melt it until it's at a certain stage and all this. I used isomalt, which is sugar nibs, like little pieces of sugar, and you melt it down, you color it.
Sugar nibs?
Sugar nibs, yeah.
Okay.
Which I found out yesterday you cannot find in a store anywhere near me, so I had to order them. But yeah, I melted it down, and then I put food coloring, and then of course I put glitter inside of it, and you put it inside of silicone mold.
Yeah.
And all the guys are looking at me like, what now? And you make them kind of like the hot chocolate bombs, but they're made with sugar instead of chocolate. And so you can fill them. You can put dried flowers and stuff, anything you want to.
Dried flowers?
Yeah, on top. Edible dried flowers to make it really, really pretty. And then you put a tea bag down in there, and boom, there you go. And you drop it in hot water.
So
I made some, and I brought them in today. So yes, be very careful because my oldest son has big, giant man hands.
It's like a yo-yo.
It kind of does. It kind of does, but look how pretty it is.
That is beautiful. I'm being hypnotized.
And then, of course, our video producers are like toddlers, and TJ had to lick.
Yeah, TJ's been over here licking his like a lollipop.
I know, right? But, well, it is pure sugar, so I guess so. But, yeah, my son with the giant man hands picked one up last night because he was curious.
Just
busted it.
So I take this, and now I drop it into my water.
You drop it into the very scorching hot water.
Okay.
And then, well, I got to see, too. Okay, I'm going to stand up a little bit. Okay, hold on. I want to see what's happening. Woo! I just want to see if it... Does it melt? Oh, I see it kind of melting. Is it melting? So what's supposed to happen, it's not going to act quite like the hot chocolate bomb, but the sugar is supposed to melt down into the hot water, and then it releases the little tea bag, and then...
It's bubbling.
It is bubbling.
It's bubbling.
Okay, is anybody else's melting?
Oh, mine's happening.
Yours is happening?
My tea bag came out.
Oh, good. Well, that's supposed to be what inside the hot water.
Mine is sinking in. Oh, crack it open.
See, there you go.
Wow.
And it's very cute. Evidently,
lovely.
guys, please, women. The guys are not impressed.
No, I'm impressed.
Okay, Ian.
I'm literally, you can't see me. I'm just gawking at it this whole time. Like, what's it gonna do?
Ian, you are my joy.
Well,
You give me joy in the morning.
It's all right.
I think I think I'll take one of these T-bombs.
Yeah.
Paint the wall and watch the paint dry.
Thanks, Brian. But I love them. I think it's very cool. And
So when are you supposed to drink it at some point?
whenever it completely melts. Yeah.
Liz, do I see glitter?
Yeah, of course you see glitter. And it even has, I have like little beads in there, edible gold beads.
All right.
Well, Brian is not impressed. If you
I'm-
can't tell, Brian is so not impressed by this.
I think I am going to use that as my rap name, though. T-bomb.
Mornings with Rob and Liz.
Imagine this kind of morning for Bradley. Bradley Rose, a fuel station attendant out in Oregon, and a customer pulled in and they struck up a little conversation. And they started having a conversation. Bradley said, "I'm working here. I'm trying to get enough money to get like a Ford Explorer. Trying to get a vehicle." So they just had this conversation. He didn't know the guy, and that was it. That was the end of the conversation.
Yeah.
So the anonymous dude leaves and he goes down the road to a Kia.
Okay.
And he's a Kia dealership and he's looking for a vehicle, and they didn't have what he was looking for. And the guy says, "Well, here's what happened. I ran into this guy at the gas station. It's actually not for me. I'm just going to buy a vehicle for this guy." And the Kia salesman, his name is Bill, is like, "What?" And so he come to figure out, he said he just wrote a check for a good vehicle, what a
Okay.
good vehicle would cost, and he gave it to the salesman. And so
Oh my goodness.
Bill shows up back at the fuel station and said, "Bradley, you made a great impression on this guy. He's going to buy you a vehicle."
So did Bradley get to pick out what
he got to
wanted?
pick out. He said it was the newest, nicest ride he ever had. It was like a 2016 Kia Sportage, I believe he picked up. And he's like, I just had a small conversation with the guy, and the guy was moved. So Bill, who's the car salesman, he asked the guy, he says, "Why are you doing this?" And he says, "Everything in my life changed when I found faith."
Oh,
He said, "And now I've got the opportunity to give back to somebody in need, and I want to do that."
wow. That's incredible.
I'm getting chills, man.
I
That's such a
know.
cool story.
When somebody is, in front of you at the drive-thru and they
Yeah.
pay for, whatever, your coffee or whatever. I mean, that's a huge thing. It really
Yeah.
touches your heart. But this guy, he knew he'd been blessed in his life. Evidently a little
Yeah.
more, financially or whatever. But
Yeah.
that he did that for this young man, that's an incredible story.
Yeah. And so maybe you can't do anything like that. Maybe you can, but maybe you can do something like buying somebody's coffee today or buying their meal or something like that.
Give somebody a random compliment, just look for the good in every situation and comment on it.
Yeah. Here's a cool thing right now.
Yeah.
Since we're all masked up anymore and you go into places, and when people's got their name tags on,
Yeah.
call them by their first name.
Oh, sure, that you see them and intentionally are saying, you matter.
Yeah, we can make a difference just by doing the simple things.